only a single pyramid, you're in a minor calyx. So this is a minor, and that's a minor. Once you're in an area like here, where that urine in there could have come from multiple pyramids, it's now officially a major calyx. So even though it's not sliced open, this could also be major calyx right here, because urine right there could have come from almost any of these. But once you're smack in the middle, now you're dealing with urine that could have come from any pyramid. So now it's officially renal pelvis. Then that renal pelvis leads us to what tube? A ureter, exactly.
So this is only one?
Well, here's what's a little strange. Now, this is a pyramid, right? So urine right here can only have come from this pyramid. So therefore, this space is a minor calyx.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Right, not here, right? Because urine goes into the space here. Now, same thing here, minor calyx, because this space is only coming from this pyramid. But this space, a drop of urine here could have come from here to get there or from here to get there. Therefore, you're now in a space that's draining multiple pyramids, so we call that a major calyx. When you're in a space that's receiving urine from all the pyramids, that's when it changes name again to renal pelvis. It's that renal pelvis that leads us to the ureter.
Do we need to know the vessels and stuff on this one as well?
Yes, so we can go through it briefly. So, for example, renal artery first branches into segmentals. Those segmental arteries go in between the lobes called pyramids with using the name interlobar. Then they curve along the arc shape of the pyramid, so they get the name arcuate artery. Those arcuate arteries then give branches out here amongst the little lobules, and so we call these interlobular arteries. Now realize at this point, what we just saw here is also seen here. Here's interlobar leading to arcuate to become what here? Interlobar leads us to arcuate, and arcuate leads us to interlobular. Right? Interlobar and interlobular.
So this right here is really a medulla. This is a triangle.
Right? Yes, this is a pyramid, and here's the cortex covering it, right? So it's the same as taking like this whole chunk or this chunk, right?
And just making it bigger.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then, notice here, we have coming off that interlobular, a vessel that goes into the Bowman's capsule and one that comes out of the Bowman's capsule. And that's just like now zooming over here. Here's the one going in, afferent arteriole, and here's the one coming out, efferent arteriole. And what they're supplying and draining is a capillary bed known as the glomerulus. Eventually, we follow it all the way out, right? Interlobular vein leads us to an arcuate vein, which goes to an interlobar vein, all the way out finally to renal vein. All right, but along the way, there were two additional capillary beds we didn't name, these two. Considering this one has these long, straight vessels, it's going to get the name that means straight vessels, vasa recta. These capillaries would surround the PCTs and DCTs, so literally wrapping around the tubes. So this capillary bed gets the name peritubular capillaries. All right, we just went through every vessel here. There's other structures, but that was every vessel.
This is called a peritubular capsule?
No. All the beige is now parts of the nephron. So we just traced blood flow. Let's trace the nephron then. The nephron, when you slice open the structure called a renal corpuscle, which is this round thing right here, when you slice it open, you can see that on the inside is the blood vessels called the glomerulus, which is the same as we're seeing here. And wrapping around that is a couple of names, glomerular capsule or Bowman's capsule. That's where then filtrate that came leaking out of here will start to go through this tube. The thing is, to really trace it, we have to come over here because this is only showing us the top. As we leave the Bowman's capsule, the first region is something called the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Then we go down the descending limb. Then we get our loop of Henle where it turns around. Then we go through what? Ascending limb, which brings us to what? It's no longer PCT, not proximal, but distal, so DCT. And a DCT then drains into a big tube called a collecting duct. What's great about this is that what was plasma a second ago then became something called filtrate. But by the time you get into the collecting duct, it's nothing but waste and is now officially urine and can be drained into those calyxes and leave to go down to the bladder.
Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, you said that if you were going to ask about descending and ascending, it would be like either on this side or this side, and this is the loop.
What I was saying was, yeah, if you are on one of the two limbs, it's got to be in your answer, ascending limb or descending limb, because only if the sticker's at the very bottom will it be loop of Henle.
Okay.
And the other reminder I said the other night was make sure you trace the nephron. A common mistake is to go like this and go descending limb is on the left. Oh, okay, this must be descending limb. Not really, because if we trace it, it goes this way, then up this way. So on this nephron, this one's descending, whereas this one's ascending.
Okay.
So make sure you look at the whole thing and not just jump to a conclusion. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.